Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are attempting a recreation makeup look. I have been seeing this all over TikTok. You guys are leaving comments about this, and it was all about the Madison Beers makeup tutorial she did for the Vogue Beauty series. Love that series. That entire Vogue YouTube channel is just excellent. I absolutely love watching those things, and the video is like over 3 weeks old now, but I can't believe I hadn't watched it anyway. Madison Beer is such a majestic creature. She's so beautiful. And I was actually really happy to see that we had a lot of product overlap, which a few of you had mentioned in the comments, being like, I'd love to see you try her techniques. And I laid out the order of operations in which she goes in and laid out all the products, and I was like, yeah, that's interesting. I'm really curious about her blush technique, and so I wanted to attempt to recreate the makeup look that she did in that video here today. And a lot of the products I did already have existing in my collection, but there were a few specifically like color products, some skincare products that I didn't have, and instead of going out and buying all the products that are exactly the same from the video, I actually tried to color match and shade match to the best of my ability, which I think is always great practice when you're trying to recreate something. If you have something similar, you can just use that instead of going out and buying a new product. So let us attempt to create the ever so infamous Madison Beer makeup look. So in the video, she actually started with her entire skincare routine. She did like cleansing her face, all her creams and whatnot. I kept that to the bathroom. I do have my skincare on. However, I did want to prep my lips. This is the new NUDESTIX Hydra-Peptide lip butter. I'm gonna put this on because my lips are dry. Prep the lips with that. Feels amazing. And I would also usually leave this for the bathroom, but I did bring out my little jade roller because I like that she rolled her face and did a little depuff moment before putting her makeup on. I was like, honestly, I need to start doing that. And if this practice can give me her jawline and chiseled cheekbones, I'm all for it, people. So then she went in with the CAUDALIE Beauty Elixir spray and just did a good little drenching of this on the face. I actually have a bottle of this that I keep in the fridge, and normally I would have it right next to my under eye gels, but I'm currently all out of my under eye gels, but that's what lives in my fridge. So we'll keep that for later. She uses that again throughout the video. And then oddly enough, like after she does all her skincare, sprays the spray, then she goes in with eye cream. I do not have the La Mer eye concentrate. I'm considering picking it up for an upcoming video just for pure testing purposes. But in the meantime, to be honest, I didn't have an open eye cream. I have not been using an eye cream in my skincare routine. But she seems to be a big fan of Charlotte Tilbury, and I recently got that massive PR package from Charlotte Tilbury, so I decided to pull out the Magic Eye Rescue. This is what we will use today instead. Use whatever eye cream you've got going on, and she was just patting this all over the eye, and I was like, all right, sold. Let's do it. Let's do a little eye prep here before we do the makeup. This actually feels really thick and lovely. Imagine if I just like broke out in hives from this right now. No, honestly, it feels really thick and juicy. My favorite things. All right, eye cream is the last step. Okay, then she went in with soap brows, and it's been so long since I actually pulled out my soap brows. I don't know what brand of soap she was using, but this has definitely been not used in some time, and she sprayed the CAUDALIE beauty spray into the soap, and my word, that girl's brows are incredible. I'm definitely not gonna be able to just brush the soap and go on with my day. I'm gonna have to fill in my brows. But following this makeup tutorial happily reminded me to do the brow setting before applying the other products. So thanks for the reminder, Madison. So I'm just running this through the brows, lifting them up. I've got about a third of the bushy level that she's got going on. Like, what limb do I have to sell to get brows like her? Please, I beg you. When I was watching her brush her brows up, I was like, damn. You know, it's not something I've ever considered really, but maybe I should get my brows trimmed. They just kind of fly into the air, into the wind here. So there's the brows. I'm definitely gonna have to go in and give them a little fill. This is my NYX Lift and Snatch pen. I'm using this in the shade Blonde, and I'm just gonna try and fill these in to get a nice big bushy look. A beautifully filled in Madison Beer style brow. And this is definitely what takes the longest time in my routine. Ta-da! I tried to do my biggest, fluffiest brow in honor of Madison Beer. Okay, next, she uses the Glossier Skin Tint, which, complete coincidence, I had just pulled up into the everyday drawer. I was literally like, huh, I want to play with this again. And then lo and behold, the video. Perfect timing. It's like she knew. The interesting thing is she didn't go in with any kind of primer. No hydrating, nothing, no pore, nothing. The girl doesn't have pores, her skin was divine. But she did pour this onto the back of her hand and was applying it with the Beauty Blender off of her hand, which normally for the skin tint, it's a nice light, very liquidy product. I wouldn't normally do that, but I'm gonna try it today. I'm gonna wet our sponge a little bit with the CAUDALIE spray to start. Pour some of that into our hand. I feel like I'm gonna need a lot of this because the sponge is gonna soak it all up. And then we're gonna go ahead and apply with no primer, no nothing. Just dot it around the face. I've got the shade G9. I just poured so much of that into my hand and it's already all soaked up. I love how she acknowledged how she aggressively stabs her face with the beauty sponge. I was like, girl, Sam, no gentle feelings with the sponge application here. Wow, you know what? That looks pretty great just on plain natural skin, I'm not gonna lie. She might be onto something here, people. Okay, so next, going into concealer, she used 2 shades of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I have the shade Madeleine and Marron Glace, light 2.3 and light 2.8. She took the lightest concealer and put a lot of this on, which I appreciate and I approve, and I always go in crazy with my concealer. But one thing she did is like right along the eyes here, she took the concealer like right up. Like she literally wiggled it right into the lower lash line, which I thought was interesting, and I don't normally ever do that, but I'm gonna try it out today. Taking it up past the brow, right up into the eye. I feel like I'm like harming my eye. I'm gonna take it down the nose, and then she did up on the forehead, and then on the chin. And then she went in with the deeper concealer and used this to kind of hit any of the spots, which for me is all around here on my mouth. Wow, this concealer is almost gone for me. Holy moly. And then blended it all out with the sponge. All right, let's add some dimension back into our face. She was using the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand, and this one, I had also actually pulled this out into my collection because normally like so much comes out of here. A little bit really does go a long way. And she used a very small amount as well because you just don't need a lot. She put some on the top of her head, boop. Let's just blend it out with the beauty sponge. The tiniest little bit, just like so much. I think I need a little bit more just because she is so chiseled naturally. Like I need a little extra help, okay? So I'm just gonna go ahead and like also blend that out on my jawline and do this second layer. All right, the contour is on, we are chiseled. Let's go into blush. Now she actually used the Charlotte Tilbury, I believe it was the Pink Gasm blush, which looks like this, but it's in the little squeezy tube and it looked like the bright pink one. Sold out everywhere. It's sold out on Sephora. It's not available for pickup at any of my nearest Sephoras, but I tried to just like Google swatches, look up swatches and find a similar cream or liquid blush in my collection that looked like it. And the closest one was actually the Fenty Beauty Petal Poppin' blush. This was the one that looked the most similar. It has that same kind of like sheen in it. So I'm hoping that we can achieve a similar effect using this blush. And she put the blush like a ton on her cheeks, a ton on her nose, and like just made the blush very apparent, blended it out with the Beauty Blender, and honestly just like went ham with the blush. So I'm gonna try and do the same thing with Petal Poppin', and we're gonna try and achieve the same look. Let's see, I'm loading up a lot on my finger. Oh God, yeah, she put like a lot on her cheeks, and then like right on the, oh yeah, okay, And then she too blended it out with the butt of the Beauty Blender and just put that all over. She's also like quite tanned, you know? Her skin tone is a lot deeper than mine, so I probably should have, you know, taken that into consideration. But we're gonna try nonetheless. Honestly, it's blending out quite nicely. How do we think the shade is? What do you think of Petal Poppin' instead of the Pinkgasm? I looked at it again and she actually like took a lot of the blush like right up past the eye. Like she kept doing this like right up under the brow. So I just added a little bit more there just to, whoa, really pop it up there. And in her own words, like a cartoon character. So that's the blush. I know it's not the same, but I tried to shade match it as best as I could. Then she took powder, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder, this Angel Blessed powder, and she seemed to only do it like on her zits and then just right underneath her eyes. I am gonna take a little bit right here on my forehead just because I don't want to lose any of the concealer there, but just setting in this area with the powder. Then she used bronzer. She had the Fenty Beauty powder bronzer and used that. I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Benefit Hoola because I would have used a shade that matches me anyway, and she took this bronzer and just bronzed up that cheek area. And then she also took a small brush and used the bronzer on the sides of her nose too and did the little whoop whoop around the nubbin of the nose. I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking at the blush and that particular Petal Poppin' shade is looking like really patchy here. So then she went in with a powder blush and she used a Fenty Beauty like Ginger and Moscow Mule little combo there. And I don't have that blush in my collection, but I Googled swatches of it and actually found that I'm gonna have to pop these out after and see this shade, but my little SURRATT Beauty combo here, this blush right here actually looked like a perfect match if those two blushes in that little Fenty Beauty duo were mixed together. This is the Cherubique blush. Looks just like that Fenty one. So fingers crossed that we're gonna get the same effect. So I'm just gonna take that brush, dip it into the blush, and she went in like girl after my own heart, going heavy on the cheeks. So I'm gonna use that, blend this out, and hopefully by adding this blush on top, it'll kind of cover some of the patchiness we've got going on the cheeks, but the shimmer even running through this blush seems to be very similar to that Fenty one as well. Woo! We are blushing. We are blushing, my friends. Okay, then she went in with eyeshadow, and I didn't have her Morphe palette, but I think the shades in this Makeup by Mario Master Mattes eyeshadow palette will give us what we need for the look. And she appeared to just be using one brush. She was using a very, very light shade, mixing two lighter browns, which I think I'm gonna do with like maybe these two. And then she used a deeper cool brown for some little, looked like fox liner action going on. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna start with this lightest shade right here, and I'm gonna put that all over the lid. Whoa, first I'm going to blend out, whoa, 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 that concealer we've got on our eye. Oops. Okay, so going in with that light shade, she just seemed to be plopping this all onto the lid and into the inner corner area, really lighting up that lid area. And then she was mixing two lighter brown shades and putting that into the crease. Didn't appear to change her brush, so I'm just gonna be dipping too. Now the one thing I will say with her in particular is she has such like thick, luscious lashes naturally that it almost looks like she has an eyeliner on. I'm a little bit apprehensive to try it due to my lack of ability here, but I kind of wanted to see if we could mimic that look with some of the deeper shadow. The product, like whether it's the eye cream, the mixture of skincare products, or just the mixture of the eye cream and the concealer, or like putting the concealer way under my eye, it just looks like I have a lot more goop like under my eye than I normally do. Okay, so what I want to try to do, I'm a little bit scared. I'm gonna take a small pointy brush. This is the Refer 23 brush. I'm gonna take this like deeper medium brown, and I'm just gonna try to like place that right in between my lashes, just to give that like deep effect that she has naturally with her lashes. So I don't want to put it in the waterline or anything, like she's got it pretty fresh in there, but just adding a little bit right here in the lashes where she just has thicker natural growth. Just kind of trying to mimic that image. I'm gonna do the same on the upper lashes, just dotting it. I know like Lisa Eldridge used to do this a ton in her videos, just taking eyeliner and like dotting it between the lashes. You're not like drawing a line, you're not creating liner. Yeah, making it look like you have thicker lashes naturally. Just looks so good. It's like, wow, wow, lashes on you, girl. Incredible. Okay, so now that we've tried to do that, let's do her little fox eye look. I'm gonna take my MAC 208 brush and actually just dip it into that same brown that we did here. And I've never successfully done this actually, so I'm a little bit nervous right now, but I'm gonna try and do that little fox eye. Oh, okay, thing in the inner corner. I feel like that looks weird on me. Okay. Then she took the same shade but used a different brush. I'm just gonna use the same brush. This is the brush I always use for these types of things. And she just did a little continuation of the lashes out here. Just a little doo-doo-doo. Okay, okay. What do we think of that? All right, then she stopped here on the eyes and went to highlighter. She used two different cream liquid highlighters. She used what I thought looked like the Charlotte Tilbury Goldgasm, and then she went in with a Glossier Play liquid highlighter on top of that. I'm just gonna go with like a mixture of a gold liquid highlight and quite a champagne highlight, which the Glossier Play one looks like, and I'm just gonna use my DANESSA MYRICKS Tiara Vision Flush. I feel like this is a nice little combo of those two shades, and she applied that right onto the cheekbone and blended it in with the Beauty Blender as well. The bed mass is not adding up. The order of operations here is, but we are going with the flow, all right? There's the highlight. Then she went in with mascara. She used the Glossier mascara. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Marc Jacobs at Lash'd. I can't tell, honestly. She kind of just has some real natural nice lashes going on, but they don't look like they extend down. So I think I'm just gonna leave them alone and just keep our little faux lash liner shadow down there. Okay, and then she does inner corner highlight. I didn't have an inner corner highlight in that Makeup by Mario palette, so I'm just gonna take my VESCA Wish powder highlight. And the one interesting thing she does with this is she took it like pretty far down. Like she put it here and then like continued it quite far into the lower lash line. Further than I would anyway. Normally if I'm doing inner corner highlight, I just put it boop right in the center, but she kind of like put it below, you know? How do we feel about this? I feel like I've lost a little bit of my fox wing here. I need to refox. And then we move on to lip liner. She didn't explicitly state the shade that she was using. We saw that it was a Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat. I want to assume it was Pillow Talk, but I could not find my Pillow Talk for the life of me. So I grabbed my Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude instead, and she went in with a lot of lip liner, which I loved. And then she talked about overlining the lips, so I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do a really lined, plump lip. So then for gloss, she used an Ulta Beauty lip oil. I Googled it. It looked like it was the coconut one. It was like a clear gloss that just had a little bit of a yellowy tint to it. So a similar one in my collection would be my CLARINS Instant Light Lip Comfort Oil in the shade Honey. I figured this would totally give us a similar look and feel, and it's also a lip oil. So she just put that over top of the liner. And then to finish off the look, she did a final spray of the CAUDALIE spray, and she said just a little bit. And then she put in hoops, okay? I don't remember the last time I wore like massive hoops. I don't know what hoops these are. There's no indication, there's no little branding, so just whatever hoops you got. I don't know if I've worn big hoops since I had short hair. I don't remember. I kind of like it with my hair up. She took her hair down, so let's do that. And then she was all like, thanks for watching my tutorial, and then flipped her hair to the side. I don't know if that has the same effect for me. I'm gonna keep my hair parted in the middle. Alright guys, and that completes this finished makeup look. This was my attempt at following the Madison Beer Vogue Beauty Secrets video. What do we think of the look? Honestly, I'm not mad at it. The eyes are a little bit of a different vibe for me, especially like putting the light eyeshadow in there. I don't know, I think like I would just ignore the skincare. I wouldn't do the eye cream right before. And the order of operations would be a little bit different, but let me tell you, with the layers and amount of blush that she put on, I felt very validated in my blush love. And I really appreciated that, and I will happily move forward with my blush loving ways. With no more comment, the lip and gloss combo, lovely. Yeah, I'm not mad at the look. The hoops are a little much for me, but you know, I don't mind the vibe. This has been very fun, and this was my attempt at the look. So let me know in the comments down below how you think I did. If there are any other looks that you would like to see me attempt to recreate or do here on my channel, please do send me some pics, send me some links. I want to try out some new makeup looks. I would love to recreate some different makeup looks. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for getting ready with me today and having a little playtime here with this look today. Thanks so much as always for watching, guys, and I'll see you all very soon for a new video. Bye!